All right, DeRo. We asked the question yesterday, and it got a lot of run on Twitter.
It did.
It did. The weirdest things get run on Twitter. A lot of it garbage.
Don't squint, you'll get wrinkles.
But the question was, are the Braves the best lineup in baseball? There were a lot of Cardinal fans jumping into the mention saying, hey, don't forget about the St. Louis Cardinals, and rightly so. But last night,
make an argument for the Pods.
Yes, absolutely. You can make an argument for a lot of teams, absolutely. But the Atlanta Braves are definitely in that conversation.
And to think that you don't bring back, like, I've lived there for 25 plus years, so I feel like I have the pulse of that team more than any other, just the way the vibe is in the community. For them to let Freddie Freeman walk out the door, even though they replaced it with Matt Olson, people got over it pretty quick. Dansby not coming back, huge. I mean, you're talking about two, like, big pillars offensively for this team that have left the last 2 years. Doesn't seem to be missing a beat. Orlando Arcia makes the routine play as good as anybody. He was, at one point, Milwaukee's, like, greatest shortstop prospect of all time. Didn't pan out, but he's obviously making the plays, goes deep yesterday. But Spencer Strider, we're coming off a Spencer Strider quote.
Yeah.
He said, when I look at other teams' lineups, I wonder whether or not I get scared. But when I think about what they have to look at, I know they're scared. So let's dive in, because he was giving some pitchers nightmares. Okay, this Atlanta Braves lineup, we're going to get into it. Ronald Acuna at the top of the order has been nothing short of just phenomenal. He'll give you some nightmares. He is 8 for 22 to start the year, okay? And handling everything. That's an 0-2 pitch right there. Here's a breaking ball that stays up, out, over, and I'm going to shoot it the other way to right center. By the way, don't sleep on the defense. Last night, just a one-hop rocket to Tyler O'Neill. Devin Williams, airbender. This is in the WBC, the hardest hit ball ever off that pitch. 9-7. Ronald steps up and picks it off the ground. So there's things he can do. Can we pause this real quick? We're going to keep going. All right, Matty Olson. We'll come off it at the end. Matty Olson, 8 homers in spring. I'm not a huge spring training stats guy, but 8 homers is 8 homers. You think he's feeling comfortable in an Atlanta uniform? He was killing it down in Northport the entire spring, and he has gotten off to a nice start with 2 homers, 4 RBIs. But Austin Riley's kind of become that aircraft carrier that Dan O'Dowd talks about so much, hiding right behind Matt Olson in that lineup, kind of picking up the table scraps for everybody. A ribby machine. Only Aaron Judge and Vlad Guerrero Jr. have more total bases than Austin Riley since 2021. And then you throw in just the Ozzie Albies of the world. Travis d'Arnaud's killing it. Sean Murphy, Michael Harris.
It
doesn't stop, bro. It's crazy. Let's dive in a little bit on Acuna. Because I was watching him dive out over, and he seems to get really...
Oh, this is good.
When guys pitch him in, he doesn't like it at all. So I was kind of just wanted to dive into the numbers on him. Highest slug on outer third. Makes a ton of sense. Ronald's a diver, 533 slug right there. We have the heat map to go along with it.
Yep.
So like catcher's perspective. So everything red on the right-hand side, that's him diving out over.
Oh, wow.
Driving it up the middle the other way. But I have seen him turn this year on a Jordan Hicks 98-mile-an-hour heater. So Ronald Acuna Jr. looks like he's on a mission for the Atlanta Braves this year.
When you think about what they're getting from the left field position, really not much at the plate. And imagine if they had, I don't know, Adam Duvall or something. I mean, that just shows you just how even kind of one position collectively not doing much.
All right, get out of that shot there, J-Man.
It was really good.
You were talking about Matt Olson. It's interesting that spring training rarely translates.
Are we diving back into Matt Olson right here?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Why? Did your spring training never translate for you?
I thought it was all coincidence. I really did. I thought I had great. I was outhouse or castle in spring. I'd have some springs where I really didn't feel like I could make an out, and then there was other springs where I didn't feel like I could get a hit. And once you leave and go to your parent club city, it kind of goes away. But 8 homers in spring is like every other day you're going deep. You almost start questioning You almost start like, God, I'm wasting.
Save some?
I'm wasting.
They're
These don't
They're
count.
not unlimited.
Yeah, that's right.
Braves giving fans nightmares.
Braves Cardinals
Nightmares.
resume that series.
Do you know if you eat late at night, you get nightmares? Fun fact. You can't
Really?
eat, yeah, you can't eat past 6 o'clock.
Past 6
Past
o'clock.
6?
What am I, 80?
Soft foods
Lord.
buffet, and then I.
What am I going to the early bird special?
Yes, you are.
So those Sour Patch strawberries
No,
gave me
do you
nightmares?
get nightmares?
I don't remember.
Do you believe your nightmares?
There's often times in the
Oh,
off
gosh.
season where I'm working and it seems like a nightmare. So
What shift is it?
that WBC studio backup shift, woof,
That was a rough one.
that was a rough one. That was a rough one.